Brady. It's been about 2 months since I did my last podcast. Stuff has happened, and now I can get back to the regular broadcast. I can get back to my regular thing. I can get back to what I need to do. So today we're just gonna have a talk. We're just gonna talk about. I'm gonna talk about certain stuff that needs to really be talked about, especially in the anti SJW, uh, anti feminist types of, of views, such as Charman 93, Baron, and all these other people. I have a question for each and every one of the person that I named off, and please, if other people is in that, please feel free to jump in. Why you make content about anti SJWs and stuff like that, and how you call them names, and how you say that Charmaine 93 was talking about Steve, try to debunk Steve Charles and saying that he's not for freedom of speech and stuff like that. But for all y'all people that is so for freedom of speech, I am going to uh I am going to shit. Okay, stop sharing. Okay, let me share application. So I'm gonna go and do this video, and this video is the Ring of Fire, and I'm gonna go and share his video because he make a very good point about um, Donald Trump is taking the First Amendment away from people, abolishing the First Amendment because of the media, because he's in his fifis. Nobody want to talk about that. Nobody want to talk about his issues. But you think social justice warriors is bad. So I'm gonna go. This is like a 5 minute video. He said I could use his video and say that at the end. I'm gonna go and run this video.
Donald Trump has made it clear, even before he became president, during the campaign, that he does not like the coverage that the press has been giving him, mostly because they actually point out when he's lying. So, as president, what can he do about it? Well, according to White House Chief of Staff and former head of the Republican Party, Reince Priebus, Donald Trump and the administration have considered and apparently are considering amending or outright abolishing the First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution in order to fight back against all of the negative press that Donald Trump has been getting since he took office. Think about that. This man is so petty, so small, so egotistical, and so sensitive to negative coverage that he literally wants to change the Constitution, or at least has considered changing the Constitution so that we no longer have freedom of the press in the United States. Something that has been around since the beginning of this country. Donald Trump wants to do away with it, according to Reince Priebus, because he can't handle people saying negative things about him, or God forbid, calling him out on his lies. This, again, is psychopathic behavior here, folks. We are dealing with someone who clearly has a diagnosable mental illness. His narcissism is going to destroy this country. It's going to destroy the United States Constitution. You don't even consider doing something like this. You cannot take away the First Amendment. I mean, obviously, for Priebus to suggest that Trump has considered this, that they are still considering this. They know they can't do anything about it, really. You would have to have a constitutional convention. You'd have to get, 2/3 of the votes in Washington. It's not going to happen. But the fact that they've considered it, the fact that they have looked into it, and they're trying to figure out how to do this should frighten every American. This story has not gotten near enough coverage as it should have. Just think about this. Anytime somebody talks about, maybe we need tighter gun laws, those Second Amendment people are out there in a flash defending that amendment, saying you can't touch it ever, 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 ever. What about the First Amendment? Freedom of the press, freedom of assembly, separation of church and state, saying that the state is not going to promote any one particular religion. You're okay with getting rid of that one, though, right? As long as you don't touch your guns. Because you know what comes after the First Amendment? The Second Amendment. And if they see how successful it is stripping us of the First Amendment, don't you think they're going to start coming after the rest of them? Trust me, Donald Trump doesn't want you guys to have guns either. I mean, they have already said the NRA blocked people from carrying guns into a thing that Donald Trump was doing. So yeah, he's cool with you guys not having guns too. So just go ahead, stay silent as the rest of us lose our rights. Because eventually it's going to come down to you as well. We cannot just sit here and allow this administration to even toy with the idea that they're going to repeal or somehow alter our First Amendment protections. But again, that is how fragile Donald Trump is. And you know what I find so interesting? The conservatives out there, and that term they've been throwing around for about a year, snowflake. These liberal snowflakes, they can't take any criticism. Really, the real snowflake here is your president, who wants to change the very fabric of this country so people stop saying mean things about him. Who's the real snowflake there? Is it the liberals? Or is it President Snowflake, who can't stand criticism to the point that he wants to destroy the U.S. Constitution? This isn't right, folks. This isn't normal. Let's stop acting like Donald Trump has any shred of presidential ability or maturity as a human being inside of him, because he doesn't. He is the kind of guy that will burn this country down just to spite every single one of us. And clearly, according to Reince Priebus, he's already trying to do that. If you like this video, make sure that you like, comment, and share, and most importantly, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you want to help support Ring of Fire, go to patreon.com/TheRingOfFire. Become a monthly patron to help support independent progressive media.
You see what has going on. You see that. You see that nobody is talking about it. If y'all is so fair in a partial, and is she still a fair and impartial, will you call out everybody that does it, or it just the social justice warriors that y'all talk about? Donald Trump want to get rid of the First Amendment, right? Nobody is sitting here, nobody batting an eye, nobody giving a fuck. Nobody is not doing that. Nobody's giving a care. They're like, well, we need to get rid of because the media is so mean. We need to get rid of the First Amendment because the media is so mean. I'm just tired of these people calling people, oh, they social justice warriors, blah, 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 da, 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 da. Oh, so they social justice. So they social justice, that mean they bad? They bad people? So I'm going to read what And by the way, I'm gonna put this in the description below for you can look at the video copy. Hold up, that's a the irony behind irony is that that's the problem. That's the problem with each and every one of them. That's the problem with pretty much everything. They go around and do it. I go read what Charman 93 say in one of his videos. Hold on just a second. In the video is Steve shy to be pro speech, you must be against free speech. And this is with his fan base is 32. Okay. They're talking about people is doing violence, and with Charman and Blair and all these other people don't understand is there are people fighting in the right. There's people from the right is going in there and going into protests and stuff like that. It's just not the left. You making it seem like the left is the boogeyman and the blame of every single story. You want to shut them down. Don't sit here and say that. If you want them to shut the fuck up the next day, you will have it because you don't like what they have to say because it doesn't meet your narrative or it doesn't meet what your standard is. It doesn't meet how you feel and how you want people to react and all of that stuff, etc., etc., etc. So you thinking, oh, these liberals, blah, 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 these fucking liberals, I hate them, they shut down speech and stuff like that. They vocal. They vocal. Liberals does stuff, but they're not always the ones to be blamed. You blame them for every single thing that happening in the society. Oh, you can't criticize. You criticize them, you criticize their point of view, and then also when you criticize their point of view, you attack them based on what they look at in the name of comedy. In the name of comedy, saying, "Oh, we don't want to bore our fans, so we're going to attack the person." You automatically lose because you didn't stay on track. You basically say, "Okay, I'm just going to go and attack the person because I'm going to do it." Freedom of speech does not mean freedom of consequences, meaning that anything can happen to you because you have your free speech. It'd be freedom of association when you said people are losing their jobs and stuff like that. It's called freedom of association. Freedom of association means that they don't want you to be associated with a person like you or a bigot or a homophobe or stuff like that. They don't want to be associated with that. They're looking at it like, wow, I don't want to be with no homophobic bigot. Charmin Man 93, Barron, Blair White, and all of these other people complain about social justice warriors do this and do that and do this and the third, but y'all don't have fucking solution. All y'all doing is complaining. All y'all doing is complaining about the shit. I don't agree with some of the stuff that they do, but if you keep on, the only way that it will go away if you do not talk about it, if you ignore it, nothing will happen. But if you keep on going in, if you keep on going in, talking about them and having videos upon videos about certain people, it's what it is. Riley made a video about. Uh, let me show you. Hold up. And I don't. agree with Riley Dennis on some of the stuff that she said. I'm not gonna misgender a person because what it is, I'm gonna acknowledge the person based on what it is. Okay, hold up. I am going to
Transgender people
hold
have
up, hold up,
particularly
hold up. Okay, I'm gonna show the example. Hold up, just a second. Okay, look. I'm gonna show you something. This video has been viewed 4,664 times. Hold up. Hold on, somebody called me. Some host calling me. This video had 4,664 views. It had 516 likes, 239 dislikes. And I'm gonna say, okay, this is what it is. Okay. They want to cry me a river. This is another one that's so fucked up that nobody want their point of view. General preference, how is really a thing. I live in a real world where people accept their gender that they're born in. See, she was talking about transgender getting murdered. Instead of doing that, you going off a left field saying something. You see how they think? You see how they think? You see how they think? There's more people. Hold up. Really appreciate the source. Okay. Is that label consistent labels? Okay, this is the one that is hypocritical. Label consistent labels. When you label somebody a social justice warrior, it's okay. But if they label you and say you a cuck or this or that, then you get upset. You get your panties in a bunch. Hold on. I'm trying to find all the worst comments because a lot of people do not have a life. This is another one, more bullshit statistics from Adam J. Apple. That you going and you doing that. That's just telling you not. This is what it tells me. It tells me, number one, that you do not care about certain people's stuff because, oh, since we the majority rules, we could go and rule over this person. Okay. You say you not trans. You really need to seek help, fella. There's Milo Stewart. I'm trying to find there's my drink. Okay. If you trap in the closet, that would be great. With the rationale of calling people survivors instead of victims. There is more positive days than it is negative. So, and this video just got uploaded on Sunday. So, I can go back in the video in a week or so, and then it'll probably be bombarded with people that have different opinions and stuff. So if you, this how you look at it. When you cuss people out, when you make them feel bad, when you go and belittle them and stuff, they're not gonna listen to you because they're not gonna listen to you because and all you come into the argument is belittlement and say how they is wrong and how they are stupid. They're gonna shut down immediately and nobody's not gonna talk to you. It's not gonna be no conversation. And y'all should not have a right to have a conversation if you do that. The person is well in their right to say, you know what, I'm not gonna give them a platform to talk about the issue. If you would say, "Oh, I disagree because of X, Y, and Z. This is wrong," instead of you calling this person out of their name and calling them every name in the book, and then having your fans do it, maybe they will have a discourse. Just maybe. And it's not me picking sides. It's me saying that it needs to stop. Y'all need to, both sides need to stop. The social justice warrior side needs to stop. The anti-SJW side needs to stop. If we're gonna come to an agreement of something, both sides need to put their differences aside and work with them. And they are willing. The social justice warrior side is willing to do it. Willie Bumblebee said it. I'm willing to go and listen to the other side. But when the name calling starts, when you call them names and stuff, when you say this and that and the other, it defeats the argument. The person is not gonna want to listen to you how much you try to explain yourself. They're gonna immediately say, you know what, I'm not gonna listen to you. And it's not because they in their echo chamber, it's just common sense, a common courtesy of etiquette. You can't berate them and say it's okay, they suspect to have a conversation. You can't go and say mean stuff about people and suspect a conversation to happen or a discord to happen between you and the opposing individual because they're gonna look at it like no matter what I say, no matter what I do, no matter what I say and do or feel, they thinking that I'm gonna be wrong. I can give out stats that is proven to be statistic, and they'll say they wrong. They believe they is the right one. They always right. They always right. They don't have no flaws and shit. They right, and the other side is always 100% wrong. News flash for all y'all motherfuckers. Nobody is always fucking wrong. At some point, you have to say they agree with them. You can't sit here and always disagree and say, "Oh, what they say is this or that." Hold up, I'm going on the rant. To me, when you do that shit, it comes off as being irritating. Nobody's not gonna listen to you when you say, "Oh, I hate I hate these liberals. These liberals is this. I hate these liberals. I hate these liberals." And when you keep on saying you hate these liberals, what what is actually saying? You don't want them to have no platform. You don't want them to say shit. I'm gonna say who it is. Fuck Charming Man 93. Fuck him. Fuck Barron. Fuck all these people that saying that they wrong. They is not wrong about certain stuff. I'm sorry. Nobody is 100% wrong. Nobody is 100% right all the time. And lastly, before I end this broadcast, you have to call shit on both sides. You have to call shit with y'all so quick to call stuff what the left does. You so quick to call that, but you're not quick to call stuff that the right does. That's why we have progressive media like Selector Talk or the Ring of Fire or Phil from the Avi Show or Jay Miller. and Harvey, Mr. Superboy 223. I I name a couple of them. Some of them black YouTubers from the black YouTube, and some of them are Caucasian people that call shit down the middle. Selector talk and Phil from the Advice Show call shit on both sides, and I like those people because they call shit on both sides. They call shit on both sides. That's what I like about them. When these anti-SJWs and stuff like that, they in their echo chambers. They believe that they are right. They believe that, oh, we right, we this. Not everything that a leftist does or a liberal does is wrong all the time. And blaming them for stuff for every time something goes down is wrong. The midterm election is coming in 2018. Just because it's white ring right now doesn't mean it's going to be either a balance or going to be Democratic majority. Because those people seeing what the Republican Party is doing and voting mean shit. They're going to go out and cast their votes and do that. And cast their vote and vote them out. As for you saying they disabled their comment rating, there's a reason why they disabled their comment rating, because every single time they try to say something or do something or do this or do that and do this in the third, what you call them? Cucks, mangina, this, that, and the other, the third. Always get blamed for stuff, but you don't do that with a Donald Trump supporter when they do something, because it's your side, it's your guy, is okay. But when the left does it, they radical and want to get rid of free speech. Once Trump get rid of free speech, that means nobody can talk about it. Not even Fox News, if he does something wrong, can talk wrong about him. Y'all better wake the fuck up. It's not always the left is the villain of the story. It's not always them the villain of the story. And if y'all say they the villain, you a goddamn lie. They're not always the villain of the story. I don't know. Let me go and say, do a second. Hold up. Hold up. What's the next episode? Yeah. Don't. There's nothing else to say. So I'm gonna say it like this: fuck Charming Man 93. Fuck um, fuck Barron. Fuck all these people that say the left is 90% of the stuff. Where you never saw a good person from the left, you label them as bad, but you don't want you to get labeled. You label them. The fuck out of here with this shit. I'm done. Fuck everybody, and Y'all just a piece of shit. I'm done. Later.